日本時間9月1日に行われたドジャース対ダイヤモンドバックス戦で、山本由伸投手が7回を投げ抜き、4安打1失点、無四球、自己最多タイとなる10奪三振の好投を披露しました。投球数は98球、そのうちストライクは70球を占め、安定感抜群の投球内容でした。3点リードの場面でマウンドを降り、12勝目の権利を持ってリリーフ陣に託しました。しかし、8回から登板した左腕タナー・スコット投手が痛恨のスリーランを浴び、同点に追いつかれたことで山本の白星は消滅。それでも試合は9回、代打ウィル・スミス選手がサヨナラ本塁打を放ち、ドジャースが勝利を収めました。山本はこれで今季26試合に登板し、11勝8敗、防御率はリーグ6位の 2.82。開幕から唯一先発ローテーションを守り抜き、チーム最多の白星を積み重ねています。試合後、地元放送局スポーツネット LA でキャスターを務める元ドジャースのジェリー・ヘアストン・ジュニア氏は、山本のスプリットを絶賛。
エースがマウンドに立つと、相手を封じて勝利のチャンスを与えてくれると期待してしまいますね。スプリットは真ん中の速球に見えながら鋭く消える。メジャーの投手が投げる中でも最高のスプリットです。山本は本当に素晴らしかった。
と評価していましたので、その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
Well, you saw the second pitch of that at bat. Fourth time in your career you've hit a walk-off home run. What were you seeing in that at bat? What were you seeing in preparation for that at bat?
Yeah, I was getting ready for South Frank in the bullpen. They sent Curtis out. Yeah, turned on a heater. About it.
How did it feel to be out there? There you go, Will. That was sweet. Newest teammate Alex Call getting you. I'm sure that never gets old. How did it feel to be mobbed and celebrated by your teammates at home plate?
That was good. We needed that. The early lead, we gave it up, but yeah, walk out of here with the win today is big. Going on the road, salvage the series.
You've had a knack since your rookie year in 2019 to do what you did today. How do you do it? How do you slow the pulse?
Just breathe, remain calm. Hunt your pitch, what you're looking for, and yeah, that's it.
Hey, congratulations. It was about time you got to work today.
I know, right? That's it.
There he goes, Will Smith. What a walk-off home run by one of the most clutch players in Major League Baseball.
Hits this ball in the air. Left center field. Game over. Pinch hit walk-off. Will Smith. Okay, let's go. Let's go home.
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. I am Kirsten Watson alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parra, and man, did we need that one. Jerry, you called it. Let's be honest. You straight up called it.
I did call it. Yes, thank you for saying it. I did call it. Will Smith gets a fastball up in the zone and drives out of the ballpark. Will Smith has hit a walk-off home run against the Padres, the Rockies, and the Giants, so he's got to hit one against the show Snakes. He gets a pitch he could drive out of the ballpark. Once again, America's catcher comes up clutch.
Well, it wasn't a day off. It was just a non-start, because when you need him in the big moments, he comes through. He comes off the bench. Big swing right there. But I'll tell you, when you look at this game as a whole, much needed win. But how about Yamamoto? Yamamoto was outstanding today.
Yeah.
That's also what you needed from your starter, to go out there 7 innings and only allowing 1 run.
When you have someone like Will Smith, though, he has the clutch factor all the time. Is that something that just comes to light when he's in these big moments?
Well, I think because he's done it before in the past, and he's a veteran guy that understands the situation, understands the moment, and understands also the pitcher's got to get ahead. He's coming with a fastball. He said it with the interview with Dave Vassegh. I am looking and hunting for a fastball. He gets it, puts his ace swing on it, and he knew right away. And we know Will Smith doesn't show a whole lot of emotion because he's usually even keeled. Love to see him show that excitement because you just won a ball game. And here's another thing, too. Listen, we needed this ball game. Make no mistake about it. It was a must-win, especially when the D-backs came back and tied the ball game. Great job, Will Smith, understanding the assignment, making sure we walk home winners.
Yeah, I think that's a bigger factor, is the fact that they came back, because it looked like pretty much today the Dodgers were in control, and then all of a sudden you look up and the game's tied. And you know it can happen that fast, but that's exactly what happened. You're like, really? Here we go? And you needed that big swing by Will Smith coming off the bench, obviously staying focused throughout the game. Had a plan, went out there, executed, game over.
And you had mentioned this game, the Dodgers were in control pretty much the entire thing until that 8th inning, but Yoshinobu was the guy that really set the tone in this one, being able to get through 7 innings of work, only giving up 1 run. Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser were on the call for this one today.
Will Smith, it's a walk-off, pinch hit walk-off, home run. Dodgers avoid the sweep.
Dodgers didn't do much since the RBI single by Pages in the 5th, but ever since then, all of a sudden it took a pinch hitter to all of a sudden put him over the top. And yeah, Dave Vassegh says in his interview, hey, Will, thanks for coming to work. You got in there a little late, but he made it happen.
The late swings in the game cover up what was a remarkable outing from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. 10 Ks, no walks over 7.
Yeah, there's a lot of storylines at the beginning of the game with Yamamoto, the way he was throwing, Pages getting some RBIs, and then all of a sudden Tanner Scott doesn't get it done, but Blake Trinan does. There's so much to still consider with this team, but really good to get a win here at home and end this homestand.
And as tough as these last 2 days were, the Dodgers go 4-2 on this homestand and lead the division by 2 as they hit the road.
Thank you guys for that great call. So let's get right into just how this game played out, because of course it ended in the most exciting way. But let's go back to the beginning. Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani looking to get things going and looking to avoid being swept by the Diamondbacks. So bottom of the first right here, Shohei Ohtani leading off. Go ahead and gets on base with a line to right field with that single.
You know, whenever it gets old, Shohei Ohtani goes up there, tips his hat to the opposing manager, hits a rope base hit. Love it.
And next, Mookie Betts just passing the baton.
I mean, really great swing right there by Mookie Betts. You know, we talked about Barrel staying above the ball, exactly that. To go the other way, finally going the other way with backspin, right of that flare.
Which meant there were 2 on for Freddie, who was able to bring one in with an RBI double.
Love the at-bats. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie, and then Freddie Freeman on a line over Thomas's head, who has tremendous range. Clutch double, Freddie Freeman. He's passing so many legends on that double list as well. Good to see.
Taking the lead 2-0, but Yoshi facing Blaze Alexander.
We're talking about a guy who has 5 different elite pitches there with a breaking ball, wiping Alexander. How about the splits right there, darting out of the zone?
You take the lead, you need to shut down the inning. He did it.
Sure did. Now top of the third here. Thomas gets him a swinging.
I mean, just going out there and attacking hitters early. We talked about fastball command. He had that. And then covering, showing off the athlete that he is, covering the ground over there to his right side.
Another 1-2-3 inning for Yoshi. Now top of the fourth here. Him against Perdomo. And he gets him swinging.
Outstanding command of that fastball. You got to remember, he's got a curveball and that split. Gets him to chase that high fastball.
Now going up against Corbin Carroll, who singles on a line to center. We've got 2 on for the Diamondbacks here.
Carroll gets a split there up in the zone, rocket to center.
But able to not have any damage, striking out Alexander, swinging with that splitter.
And that's what aces do. When they get into traffic, they figure out a way to shut the door. Here, he does surrender that single, but you want to limit the damage. This pitch, a little middle. Great job by the D-backs to score a run, but that's it. Figure out a way to shut them down. He does just that. Outstanding split to end the fourth.
I think he'd go back and recognize that the pitch before, with the being ahead of the batter, might have gone with something different, especially that last pitch to get the swing and miss.
On top of the fifth here, Yoshi gets Jordan Lawler swinging.
I mean, it looks like a fastball to the hitter, and then that's why you've seen the swing and miss.
That's why we said it should be banned when we played, Garrett.
Yes.
All right, top of the sixth here, Yoshinobu Yamamoto back on the mound. And he gets Ketel Marte looking.
And that's a sinker, a little front hip sinker. See the movement, that late movement. Back inner half, Marte agrees.
And the next batter, Corbin Carroll, he pops out to Mookie Betts to end this inning.
Really impressive. Every time the Dodgers seem to score some runs on the offense, Yamamoto comes by, comes back, 1-2-3 inning, quick inning, get your offense back in the dugout.
Just what this team needed today. Now top of the seventh, Yoshinobu still out there facing Alexander and gets him swinging.
I mean, that is like a fastball split combination. There's that slow breaking ball at 77. Once again, can throw any pitch at any time. Tough to deal with as a hitter.
Now facing Thomas, and he flies out, but a diving Kike Hernandez in left field ends the inning.
When you have Kike Hernandez, you put him anywhere. He is elite defensively.
Yoshinobu finished up this game going 7 innings, only 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 10 strikeouts on 97 pitches. Now here, top of the 8th inning, Tanner Scott in and out of the bullpen, facing Ketel Marte with a runner on. Marte singles on a grounder to left.
And before that, it was a bloop hit that really started this with 2 outs. And here's a pitch to Carroll he's gonna have here. Obviously, Mark Pryor coming to talk to him. The pitch here, 1-1 to Carroll, he's gonna 1 back.
Yeah, that was center cut right there.
And unfortunately, Carroll was able to get to it with a 3-run homer to center, now tying the game 4-4.
You know, they wanted it up and away. It leaked back middle of the plate. That's why we want to hit our spots as pitchers, because you don't hit your spots, big league hitters can square you up.
As much as that moment was frustrating for Tanner Scott, for the team, good news, it wasn't the end, because look who came off the bench to be the hero.
The ultimate weapon, Will Smith, did have a little bit of an off day, but he was called upon to pinch hit, and he pinched hits in a huge way. Walk-off home run. Dodgers are a winner.
You know, let's not forget that Blake Trinan getting that inning in the 9th, 1, 2, 3 innings, so you can have Will Smith come up big here to walk it off.
I like that little backdrop too, little a la Max Muncy a little bit. A little backdrop.
You knew it was gone.
It's subtle, but it's the swag that we love, because it's Will Smith and he has ice in his veins. The Dodgers went on to win this one 5-4. So let's go ahead inside and hear Dave Roberts' reaction with the media.
It was a huge swing. I always say the game honors you, and Will's been going through it, but he's been working his tail off. And, you know, today he reaped some benefit. And so it was really good to see from a guy who's an all-star player, who's ready when called upon and delivered in a big moment, which he's done. But Yoshinobu was fantastic. We needed a great start from him, and he gave that to us. And so, you know, for us to, you know, find a way to win that ball game was big for all of us, and kind of hopefully build some momentum into this road trip.
And that since his rookie year, a walk-off weekend in 19, what is it about him that he can deliver in those situations?
I think he's got a calm heartbeat. He's not afraid to fail. He loves being in that moment, and you know, he's always a good choice, and has obviously come up with a lot of big hits, and you know, that was a big one.
Dave, this is a stretch of 2 months where there's been, I guess, an imbalance in the way his team has played. Is it frustrating that it seems like every day there's like one other fire to put out? Today it was the relief pitching.
You know, it sort of, each night it seems like there's something else, that it's not all put together in one particular game for a longer stretch. Yeah, you know, Tanner got 2 quick outs, and then there was the dump single, and then, you know, the first pitch, middle heater to Marte, and then he leaves a fastball, gets ahead, then leaves a fastball middle to Corbin Carroll, and then you got a new ball game. So, so fortunately, we came back, and it doesn't take away from Yoshinobu what he did, and it doesn't take away from the at-bats that we had today. I thought today there was a lot of fight. I thought Miguel Rojas is playing his tail off with the at-bat quality, the fight, the defense, and obviously, and I thought Dalton did a good job as far as with Yamamoto. I thought he really did a really good job catching the baseball, the fingers, and then got a big hit from Will.
When you talk about playing with more focus and intensity, is that kind of a test when that game gets tied there to see how you guys respond?
It is. You know, Blake comes in and throws up a 0 and gives a chance to walk those guys off, and it's certainly something that doesn't surprise me as far as kind of, we're not going to relent, but you know, just to continue to strive to play good baseball all the way around is the goal. But today was a good sign. I really believe. I was pleased with today. Certainly much happier with the result too.
And it all started with Yoshinobu Yamamoto They always say the starting pitcher sets the tone in these games. He was asked to be the stopper. We have been seeing excellent starting pitching in this series, but he looks real good today, huh?
Without question. And this is the reason why he is the ace of the staff. He has been the most consistent, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. He's got a sub-3 ERA, outstanding job, really lowered it today. Fastball command, breaking ball command as well, an outstanding splitter, kept the D-backs at bay. More importantly, you see the 10 strikeouts, but look to his left. No free passes. When you don't give up walks, it allows you to be in rhythm and allows the defense to play as well, help you out on the defensive end. Another great start from our ace, Yamamoto. Outstanding job.
You talked about early on. I just love this, the 1, 2, 3 innings, the quick innings that he had. He went out there, especially that very first one. Very first one, we talked about him setting the tone, and we needed the offensive scores from us. They did that. And what is it? Shutdown inning after that. Mm-hmm. He was great today. He is exactly what they needed.
He was excellent, and currently he is inside with David Vassay in the rest of the media.
Yoshinobu, you pitched well again, consecutive Sundays. Last Sunday you said you raised your mental focus. Did you have the same type of mental approach today?
しっかり1週間練習できたので、自信を持ってマウンドに上がることができましたし、初回からいい立ち上がりができて、7回まで投げられたので、全体的に良かったと思います。
What was working so well for you today? Was it the fastball playing off the split-fingered fastball, or was it the other way?
どの球もこうなんていうんだろう、まっすぐはやっぱりスプリットをなんていうんだろうな、を反応よくできたと思いますし、変化球も良かったので、まっすぐも結構どんなカウントでも、思い切ってゾーンに投げていけましたし、しっかりこうなんていうんだろうな、いいコンビネーションといいますか、そんな感じですかね。
How have you been able to stay this strong for every start this season and to be pitching at your best this late in the season?
コンディションだったり、その体調の面は変わらず春からずっといい状態をキープできてますし、フォームは多少波が、あったりも、しましたけど、ここ最近は、明確に、これだっていう感覚が出てますし、とにかくこう、ピッチングの、どの面も、すごくいい方向にいってるなと感じてます。
Dave said he feels like you've been throwing fewer non-competitive pitches. Is that just a sign you're executing better, or have you tried to attack a little bit more, in and around the strike zone?
もちろんボールのゾーンも使いながら、今日とかはなんていうんだろう、ボール球もしっかり振らしたり、することができましたし、しっかりピッチングというところにおいてなんていうんだろうな、いろんな、なんていうんだろう、技的な部分が、すごくうまくいってるかなと思います。
When it comes to Yoshinobu Yamamoto and his outing today, he had 10 strikeouts. We talked about him setting the tone, but I think we should break the strikeouts down in the K-zone.
Yeah, listen, he was outstanding today and really has been outstanding all season long. We're going to go to the K-zone and break down his outing once again. When you have your ace on the mound, you expect to shut the door and give your team a chance to win. Look at the curveball. 2-2 pitch, big bender right there, drops in the zone. That pitch to splitter looks like a fastball that'll be out of third, drops out of the zone. One more look at a splitter, darts out of the zone. That's where you're getting these guys to chase. That splitter looks like it's going to be a fastball down the middle, and it darts out of the zone. One of the best splitters I've ever seen a big leaguer possess. When you have that splitter working, it is a nightmare for the hitters to worry about the splitter and the curveball and that fastball command. If they're going to continue swinging at it, I'll keep throwing it. But also, I got to show the 77-mile-an-hour breakable once again. This guy we said on the pregame show has 5 really good pitches, I think 3 to 4 elite ones. When he has everything working, he can throw any pitch at any time. But more importantly, he knew what was at stake today. You cannot get swept at home against a sub-500 team. everything working, gave us a chance to win today. We were able to win. Once again, Yamamoto was outstanding.
You know, looking at the occasion, you mentioned there was one where he had 3-2 and he still threw the split finger, right? You're like 3-2, okay, he doesn't want to walk anybody, he's going to come with the heater, still throws a split finger, which gets you the swing and miss. But the other thing he did really well, and we talked about was key, was getting ahead. We saw a lot even in the K zone where there was a 0-2 pitch, 0-2 split finger, 0-2 breaking ball coming after these guys, meaning he's getting ahead of these guys. That way he can go to the stuff to put these guys away.
The way this game kind of turned out, how big of a swing was that for the team and for you?
Yeah, we needed it. You know, we needed to win in this series. First two got away, but yeah, had the early lead. You know, Yoshi pitched really well, gave us a great start. You know, unfortunately, they got back in it and tied it up, but yeah, we were able to come in on top.
Well, how big of a win is this for you guys, considering there's only 25 more games to go? You had the lead and you found a win.
Yeah, every win, you know, it's been important for the last month, all year. So every win going forward is going to be huge. You know, that's the first goal, is win the division. You know, we're going to need to play really good baseball to do that. You know, it's a tight race for the division with the Padres. I don't know where they're at right now, but I know they're close. They're a good team, so we got to play well, play good baseball, and take care.
Dave talked about just, he singled you out as far as the at-bat quality today and just really setting the tone at the bottom of the lineup. How much does that mean for him to single you out on a day like today and get this win?
Yeah, it feels pretty good to be able to contribute. I know my opportunities are coming in bunches now, you know, not just against left-handed pitcher, but against righties too. So I'm trying to do everything that I can to be ready for those games and make the adjustments that I need to make to be productive out of the bottom of the lineup, knowing that we just got 25 or something like that games left. It's going to take every little ounce of us to kind of like do what we want to do, and I feel like we should be playing way better baseball than what we did the last couple of days, and today we showed that we play a really quality game, and it was nice to have the W.
How big was it to win this game, the way you guys won it, especially with the way Yamamoto pitched so well?
No, yeah, I mean, it's always important to get a W. Getting away from home for a week, you know, we're going to continue to face this team that are kind of like scrappy, and they're going to continue to play baseball throughout the months of September. So we got to continue to get focusing on what we needed to do to get better every single day. So I think today was a step in the right direction after getting beat the first couple of days. So I'm looking forward to this couple series in a row.
Now let's talk about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who just let's give him his credit. He carved the Diamondbacks up from almost the entire day.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about his splitter all day long and his fastball, but he was throwing that curveball. Every one of his pitches really kept our hitters frustrated and off balance.
Yamamoto set down the first 10 Diamondbacks batters he faced today. It was really hard to get any kind of momentum going against this guy because he has so many weapons. Of course, the big one is that tremendous split finger pitch off the upper 90s fastball. And it's a lot of soft contact here in a 1-2-3 first. He gets the first 3 outs on just 14 pitches.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of our guys didn't want to get too behind in the count because of the effectiveness that he has with all his pitches.
And he starts to get the strikeouts after Corbin flat out to win the first. Catches Blaze Alexander looking to lead off the second.
Boy, watch this pitch right here. Just locks him up, that good curveball.
Del Castillo, a ground ball to second base. Tyler Locklear had a tough time. He faced Yamamoto 3 times, struck out every time, and this one ends the second.
Yeah, didn't have a chance on that split finger. You don't see too many of those in the minor leagues. Not that effective the way he was throwing them.
Alec Thomas leads off the third with a strikeout. And then Lawler flies out. McCarthy tries to bunt his way on. Yamamoto makes a terrific athletic play to get right to it.
Yeah, 3 gold gloves in the Japanese league. This guy knows how to bounce off that mound and make the plays.
Perdomo chases some high heat. This is when they get things going. Marte sees Freeland well back at third. That's a freebie, a gimme bunt base hit. Corbin Carroll comes up, and he has a base hit out the other way. It just drops in there in left center. So suddenly you've got 2 on and 1 out. Blaze strikes out again. Then Del Castillo drives in their first run.
Boy, and he got a fastball up in the strike zone. Good fastball hitter, looks for something up, and he was able to hit it between first and second to drive in Marte.
Yamamoto limited the damage as Locklear comes up and strikes out to end the threat. But they get their first 3 hits of the game in that 4th inning after he had set down the first 10 batters in a row. And at this point, it's a 1-run effort for the Diamondbacks. They're down 3-1. And that was pretty much all the noise they could make against Yamamoto, who just dominated. 1 run, 4 hits. He went 7. No walks. He punched out 10. He threw 98 pitches, 70 strikes.
Yeah, not a lot of hard contact besides Corbin Marte getting those big hits. Everything else was kind of right at somebody or a weakly hit.
There just wasn't a whole lot they could do. They got those 3 hits in a cluster of 4 batters in that 4th inning, and he shut them down from there. In fact, after the Del Castillo RBI single in the 4th, they had only 1 more hit against him, and that was Adrian in the 7th who had the base hit. And this is it after Blaze Alexander strikes out for the 3rd time against him. Del Castillo actually went 2 for 3 against Yamamoto.
Yeah, another good job right there. Got a cutter inside. He was the only one that really figured him out to have multiple hits against him tonight.
Juan Alec Thomas might have a base hit here, but a nice diving catch by Kike Hernandez on his bobblehead day today.
Yeah, he comes in, makes a good play, good read on that ball.
And that was Yamamoto done through 7. No walks, 10 strikeouts, a run on just 4 hits.
They're exactly who I think they are. They're winners. They want to win. They know how to win. They fight, and that's why we're never out of any game at any time. You just don't know where the rally's going to start, and when it does, we have the capabilities of putting up quick points. It's unfortunate how it ended up. I still think it was a good series. I'm proud of us, but I'm looking to win every game that we play, especially here in Dodger Stadium.
What was Yamamoto doing? Why was he so tough today?
Yeah, real aggressive fastball, established the fastball, the command, was pushing us back, and then he had an elite split finger fastball. So I think the guys were talking about a little bit more depth, a little bit more velo. So he's got it in a sweet spot right now. So the fastball split were very good. It was a very tough combination for us. Yeah, so you look at it, we've won 4 of our last 5 games. So I'm very pleased with that, and I'm not an idiot. They're 2 of the best teams in baseball, but our standard is to win every single game we play. It doesn't matter who we play. So I'm proud of us. We got to absorb this loss. There were some things that we did wrong. I'm going to coach the coaches. The coaches are going to coach the players, and we're going to find a way to win these types of games. We have to.
What stood out as mistakes there?
Yeah, maybe some pitch sequencing early with Brandon, some pitch sequencing to and this is me just being a little stingy, but to Will Smith, I think we duplicated basically the same pitches. Too good of a hitter to do that.